Dan podcast ini ditajakan khas oleh Adel Law LLC, sebuah syarikat yang memberikan khidmat konsultasi untuk segala hal ehwal undang-undang seperti pembukaan, perniagaan, saman dan terutamanya skali syariah law.
Kau boleh follow mereka di socials Facebook, Instagram dan TikTok @adel.law.llc ataupun lungsuri laman adellaw.com.sg untuk maklumat lanjut.
Korang juga boleh book an appointment WhatsApp di talian 83997923, 83997923 atau walk in Blok 190 Lorong 6 Tua Payuh unit number 02-512.
Selamat datang dan selamat kembali ke Next Home Talk Show bersama saya Ashraf Usman.
Saya Faizal Rahim.
Dan saya Irwan Jumaat.
Dan juga kita bersama dengan Syakirin dalam studio. Apa khabar Syakirin?
Baik, Alhamdulillah. Apa khabar semua?
Alhamdulillah.
Dah lama tak jumpa Syakirin
Lama tak jumpa.
3 minggu
3 minggu
3 minggu je. Aku rasa 3 minggu lah.
Sudah pre-record sikit lah banyak kan.
Tu pasal lah.
Macam mana keadaan?
Syak pun bawa balik daripada Indonesia Syak.
Betul.
Oh, Indonesia.
Holiday, school holiday.
Oh, school holiday.
So kita bawa budak-budak pergi sana lah. Dia punya flight tickets not that bad lah.
Oh, really?
Return about 150
Each person?
each person.
Sebelah mana Indonesia?
Jakarta. Went to Jakarta.
Oh.
Just brought them to hotel and then because Jakarta ada some malls yang good for children kan. So we
Tak
just
pergi
get
ni Bandung. I think usually when pergi Jakarta they all mesti pergi Bandung using the train kan.
correct. We didn't because part of the trip also because you know my wife runs a maid agency kan, so we met some stakeholders lah.
Oh, okay. Semalam baru mak aku pergi Jakarta, Bandung, Jakarta. Macam tengah trending pula sekarang pergi Jakarta.
Kau pun nak pergi kan?
Tak pernah pergi Jakarta. Ada apa Tak pernah.
Just like Singapore lah, malls, shopping,
Bangkok similar.
macam Bangkok something like that. Yeah.
Party happening.
Aku tak tahu.
Nightlife aku tak tahu nak tanya.
Happening rabak
Ya, tapi apa yang happening sekarang kalau kita baca Mothership kita dapat tahu yang a piece of meat was found in the suspicious parcel that was delivered to Masjid Istiqomah. So dorang receive this pork lah, this meat lah dapat dorang receive in the mosque, and the authorities are still checking what the meat is. If it is pork and it's sent to a mosque, you can see the implication. Tapi dah confirm is pork lah kan.
Correct.
But benda ni terjadi bukan sekali je, a few times dia terjadi Tapi
Sebelum
kenapa?
ni pernah juga.
Aku pernah dengar orang cakap dapat babi juga.
So dia hantar tu like macam Grab punya platform ke?
Itu aku tak tahu.
They just put it outside the... Because I think if I'm not mistaken, dia letak kat luar masjid tau.
Okay.
So it's a bit suspicious. People may just imagine that if that one is bukan makanan yang pork tu it's actually like maybe bom ke apa semua. Because it's suspicious item what.
Okay.
So they just put outside. So that's when they tak salah aku yang aku baca dia letak kat masjid, luar masjid. Dia tengok suspect this is something is not that, so they take, dia masuk dalam, then baru dapat tahu itu is makanan is pork inside.
But why? Tanya kenapa nak buat macam ni? Syakirin tahu pasal ni case?
I heard. I mean, I'm following the news on this. Firstly, kalau it's deliberate that somebody really want to put pork in a mosque, I think like what the minister said, Mr. Shamugami said, you're playing with fire.
Correct.
Because you need to be very radicalized in your thinking to do like that. Because you know the thing that is very very concerning for Muslim is if in a place of worship where you know you respect that location, it's a place of sanctity, and then you bring something that is prohibited in that very religion, kan? Whether it's pork or it's alcohol, right? You are clearly telling them, I don't give a shit about your religion.
Yeah.
Right? So you can start with pork, right? When I saw the news, the first thing that came into my mind wasn't, how bad what's happening, but the incident that happened in New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Okay. You know the shooting in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay. That was few years back.
Yeah, because this guy really hated the Muslims. So he did what he did, and it was a very tragic event.
Yes.
So that indication, although it might be a bit far-fetched, right? It just takes a bit more of hatred for him to then move from putting pork to taking up a knife.
Yes.
And everyone knows Friday is a day where all Muslims will congregate. Right? You have hundreds and thousands of Muslims in one area. Right? Nothing would stop him or her to actually take the opportunity. Because there is not going to be any security checks. You go to mosque, right? Nobody checks.
Yeah.
Right? So anyone can bring anything inside. All you need is just one flick knife, and you go in and you do what you do. Damage is done.
Yeah.
Right? It's not that 5-10 people's families, no. It's the entire community.
Yeah.
So we are treading on very thin line. We feel that the minister is on point, playing with fire.
Yeah.
So it's very sad, right, that there are people like that. But we really need to investigate, identify, get the person to justice, charge him with whatever that's available at law, and then give a strong message to everyone, right? Whether it's a mosque or a church or a temple or anywhere, as long as it borders along racial and religious lines, you don't play the fool.
Yeah. Macam Syah cakap betul lah. Ni dia start sikit dulu. Kalau kita tak stop, it will escalate. Then they will start to pakai tembak ke, pakai pisau pun semua.
Tapi
Dan
tembak in Singapore susah nak dapat.
I think my opinion kan, this is done by individual. It's not an organisation. Tapi of course in Singapore itself, we know that Singapore is a safe country. So it's not like macam other country we are talking about. Okay, we are talking about macam clerics in Indonesia, which is particularly religious, are very strong, very sensitive. Malaysian are very sensitive. Okay, it can trigger if let's say other country, but in Singapore, I think it's just particularly the individual. Maybe he's sick, ataupun he just want to bring up the message that particularly he's not happy or he don't like Muslims, you know.
Yeah.
But Singaporeans government can control this thing. Just want to like macam Syak cakap just want to know who is the culprit. Unlike other country, for example, it can trigger just a small incidents. It can blow up sampai against individual punya religious. Macam Chinese against Malay, Muslim against Christian, so forth. Tapi kat Singapore, I think it's just basically just need to know siapa dia punya culprit itself. It can control lah. Taklah sampai aku ingat sampai nak ambil pistol, tembak, whichever. Unless we're talking about a dagger, step someone. Tapi it's not going to be a community itself lah. You know, kat Malaysia, even though if let's say kalau macam aku tengok kat TikTok, the country punya flag terbalik in Chinese punya rumah, they make noise and it can become satu macam chaos, in a community.
Because you disrespect lah.
Yes, ada juga another one incidents yang kat 7-Eleven beli stokin, yang kat dalam kat stokin tu ada ayat Muhammad ke Allah.
Yeah.
Itu pun jadi kecoh.
Yeah,
You see,
of
it
course.
can be blew up as a community. That the Muslim is not happy because the stockings. Tapi in Singapore, I think government can address this better because they know that the implications kalau someone did something wrong, dia punya judgement dia ataupun dia punya apa sah? Punishment dia is much more severe. So it can control in Singapore. We just need to know siapa yang buat ni.
But possible that it might just be a content. I mean social media,
Prank,
people want to do a prank. Semua sama macam dekat Malaysia that time yang this group of boys dia makan ayam apa semua, dah tinggal tulang apa semua, dan dia kasi those yang yang homeless people. That homeless people tu was expecting ada makanan untuk dia sekali diorang ketahukan. So it create the content, diorang semua mengamuk, so all that boys nak kena minta maaf. So I think possible juga, like maybe this one tend to create a content, put in social media, tapi so far tak ada news
But
ada.
I don't think this is a content.
I think if you want to create content, you want to know that it's from you. You want people to know.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Because then, okay, that's me. I get publicity, so I will do more. But I guess this is anonymous. And back to one's point, that of course some people might take it as a joke, right? But if you look at the survey, they did some census on what's people's views. How do you align yourself as a Singaporean or as a Muslim? Are you a Singaporean first or Muslim first? Or are you a Catholic first or a Singaporean first? A majority of people actually say they affiliate themselves to the religion first, then the identity of the citizenship or nationality. So that is actually a very strong message, no? That yes, we are all Singaporeans. I mean, we all did our national service. We have so many racist jokes and
a lot.
talk that we can just laugh off each other.
Yeah.
Right, like okay, what do you call someone a Malay man who is at the driver's seat of a Ferrari? Then they say, driver, right? What do you say a Chinese man who is at the driver's seat of a car of a Ferrari? Oh, he's a owner. What do you call Indian man?
Discriminate,
He's this, he's that. So we laugh it off because it's about maturity that we have grown beyond a certain level where we don't get offended.
True. Yeah.
But I guess a line must be drawn, right? I make fun of you make fun of me, but I don't send beef to a Hindu home.
Yeah.
Not funny because they regard the
cow.
cow as God, right?
Yeah.
So as much as I think it might be funny, but I should not do that. The
Yeah,
same
of
for the other party. So if they want to think it's funny, just put pork in a mosque.
Yeah.
They shouldn't do that, right? Of course, we can discuss and we can talk about it, we can joke about it, but need to understand that the identity of people in Singapore at least is affiliated to religion and race more than Singapore. So yes, we are all Singaporean. Let's not fight. But then these people say no, we are Muslim first, or we are Christians first, or we are Hindus first, right? So you play around with this. I don't really care whether you're Singaporean or not, right? So again, I want us to take what Minister said seriously,
Yep.
playing with fire, right? We had a recent attack in a church, right? Somebody took the knife and attacked the pastor.
The
Right.
one at kat Novena.
Yes.
kat Novena.
So it's happening, right? And the concern is the young people. I mean, the New Zealand, the Christchurch attack, Tarrant. He was 28 when he did it. Young people, right? So I think the issue is not how to stop this, because there will definitely be people who are already radicalized.
Yeah.
But I guess every faith should try and reach out and explain, this is what our faith is. And it's not that easy because content is everywhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you have people who may want to be very biased. They say, Islam is a violent religion, and then they watch YouTube. Violent.
Yeah.
Right? It's difficult to change that. So we just have to be ready. Right? When I say ready, I say it with skepticism, because even the police have said a terrorist attack may come anytime.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a question of if but when.
It's a matter of time.
Matter of time. So we really need to build our social fabric. We really need to strengthen our relationship with our neighbor, our non-Muslim friends, and remind ourselves that there are good Muslims, there are bad Muslims, there are good Muslims, there are good Christians, there are bad Christians, right? We don't blame the religion, right? We blame that particular individual,
Correct.
Yeah.
right?
Well said,
If it's found that it's a Chinese boy or Indian boy or Malay boy who put the pork, right? We don't say, because it's affiliated to this religion, that's why he's doing it. No, he's doing it because he is him.
Yeah. True.
His own misguided ideology.
Yeah.
So at least if we do that, we isolate the anger between parties, between religion or between racial lines.
Okay. Not only that, we put aside about the religions, but it's like a norm. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, someone for example, macam moneylender. Diorang sekarang dah tak knock your doors, pre-pay. They just send
Makanan,
food delivery. It can happen if let's say someone is your enemy, can send a pork in front of your house. Okay. Ada tak you encounter tak caterer for NS army punya apa camp ke apa, cater for biryani or whichever, tetapi tak ada orang collect, tak ada orang bayar. You know this kind of thing. Sabo. It's not once, no, it's twice. So meaning as such, this social media pun, it can be done not only because of the religious, tetapi individually. If let's say you hit someone or you anti someone ataupun you have beef with someone, so you can just send this kind of thingy. So I don't think because of the religious itself, it's just someone is sick who wants to do that. Not only at mosque, you can only know your address aja. Someone can send you in front of your door. You know this kind of thing.
Tapi kalau dia hit the individual, tapi kalau dia dah hantar kat mosque, dia dah impact lagi ramai orang.
Betul.
Itu dia punya problem.
Yes.
But just now you mention macam kau cakap Singapore is safe. Aku realise this back when I'm in the army. Sometimes we take for granted like okay, kita feel like Singapore is safe. We take for granted macam kadang-kadang kita relax lah, Singapore safer. Tapi actually like Syakiri mentioned, is about anytime boleh happen Kalau let's say kita tak really do something ataupun be prepared caution and such, orang attack lagi kita negara kecil. Kau faham tak?
Aku faham.
So bila aku dalam military dulu, diorang macam explain to me, they taught me macam every time nak kena be ready, nak kena all out. Then aku get the idea macam actually Singapore is not that really safe. Kau nak kena do something. I mean our friends, our circle, the military, the police, semua nak kena be standby tau, nak kena ready. Macam kalau case shooting macam they mention tu, kalau that thing happen, chaos bro. So the question is, should masjid ada checks tak sekarang? Orang masuk check, takkan nak sampai ada check. Nanti pakcik dah start bising macam COVID dulu. Saya nak pergi solat macam mana gini, lambat.
Yeah, it's difficult lah. Because I mean, even if you do checks, if I want to put a flick knife, I put it inside my pants, you're not going to check what?
Yalah
Right? And then what about if let's say you deliver food to the mosque, you can just put whatever and then leave it aside and then you take it. There's many ways you can try and sneak in this kind of weapons inside.
Yeah.
Right? So I guess important question we have to ask ourselves is, are we ready if there are going to be attacks on religious lines? Are we ready if there are going to be people talking bad about certain religion, right? And more so, are we ready if you hear your friend who's been with you for 20, 30 years being killed by a non-Muslim while he's praying during his Friday prayers?
Okay.
Are we prepared for that?
Yeah.
We are not.
Yeah.
I be very upfront with you, we are not.
Of course.
Right? So that's why the government is trying their very best to avoid. Because once that happens, I cannot imagine how things will move.
Okay, I got a question for you. What happened? I mean, in the law punya mata lah. Kalau another individual, they mock our religion until this person cannot take it,
Commit suicide.
tak beat him up lah, pukul dia.
Okay.
Macam mana kes gitu? Macam dia mock, dia really mock sampai kita Muslim lah, kita defend in a certain way. Macam let's say dia cakap benda yang tak baik sampai kau dah tak boleh tahan sekarang sangat. One tight slap kat dia.
Macam mana Syak? Kena consider dia attack harassment ke tak? Pasal dia nak self defend, tapi dia defend dia punya religion dia.
Because in our religion, kita semua tahu there's certain thing kalau kau cakap yang kau
Okay,
boleh.
I'll give you example. If let's say this influencer dia mock lah kat dia punya social media bla 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 bla, sekali aku nampak kau datang aku sepak dia.
Pasal it's too
Sempat sekali
much.
kau datang tu kau pukul dia, Faizal jotos dia.
Example lah, example.
Lepas tu Syak datang, Syak tengok, okay, ni aku boleh saman dia ni.
Okay. So in Singapore, we have some laws already in force and has already been strengthened to protect social harmony.
Okay.
If somebody said something that is seditious means blasphemous, like they make fun of the Prophet or they make fun of Ganesh, right, or Guan Yin Ma, right? The police can bring the person back for questioning and the person can be charged in court under the Sedition Act atau the Maintenance of Harmony Act.
Oh, ada law tu
The laws are there to ensure social cohesion. So as much as we have free speech, you cannot mock other people's religion, right? The second thing is, if you get angry, right? Of course, we all have human hearts. If we hear the person say something, we get angry. If you react, you also commit a crime. You get what I mean? Why? Because the state already has mechanisms to deal with this. Right? They can make order, put down the article, or a lot of things are already available at the state level. Right? If you go and hit him, police can charge you for voluntary causing hurt.
Even though they mock our
Exactly. The only right for you to hit someone is if you are private defense, right? Self-defense. He wants to attack you directly, cause injury or harm, or attack your items or property. That's where you can do self-defense.
But this one I'm defending my religion, what? Self-defense juga.
I don't know. Cannot.
But it's either bodily harm atau your own property. they
Your
don't
property macam
extend-
mana?
your real property, your house, your
They
car.
damage your
They
property.
come and want to attack your car with a knife, and so you can stop and push him and pin him down.
I see.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Private defense. It's not voluntary causing hurt.
Especially like new Tesla or anything.
Okay, Shak. If let's say there's a law about this harmony about religious. What about if let's say you're talking about macam political? If someone macam I believe in Singapore, if let's say you say something bad about your something about politics, then you boleh kena sue, this kind of thing, or you can have to bring down whatever statement, whatever it is lah. Okay, there will be there will be a law, unlike macam kat Malaysian ataupun other countries, I don't say Malaysian lah, other countries are practically you can banter each other without any charges, even though in Singapore I should not say someone's name lah, a Malay who's criticizing whatever in Malay's government bodies in MUIS yang dia criticize because of a politic under PAP, this kind of thing lah. Tetapi dia pun tak kena charge juga. So maksud I itu, kenapa bezanya dengan our country with other countries where particularly they can just talk about the opposition parties and condemn about them, where else in Singapore if we talk something uneasy or something bad, that particularly you kena sue ataupun you kena charge.
I guess what you are saying about is POFMA lah, right? If you say something that is bad against the government,
okay,
then you can be POFMAT, right? That's the word they use. Here, I need to pause. When we talk about government, we are not just saying PAP though. The government consists of 3 branches.
Okay.
Government includes the parliament, which is PAP plus Workers' Party.
Yeah.
Right? They have 12 seats now.
Okay.
And we also have to include the executive branch, which is the ministries,
Okay.
and the judiciary, the judges.
Okay.
So when we talk about government, it's all these people, no. It's not just PAP.
Okay.
So when you say something, whether it's against PAP or against WP or against the judges, that in of itself, if you are saying it without any backing or any truth, then of course you expose yourself to POFMA, right? You expose yourself to being sued for defamation or libel, or even under this act of POFMA, right, where they can ask you to remove the things. As for why some people can just say what they want and go scot-free, I guess it's how the government wants to view it lah. If the government feels that whatever this person is saying doesn't have much traction, right? He already has a very bad record, and half of the thing he said has already been proven to be wrong. He just has a personal vendetta or agenda. They don't see the need to use that mechanism and POFMA him. Then they are entitled to do so.
Oh,
You get what I mean? Unless it's someone who is a very, very notable person.
Strong following,
Strong following. Let's say ex-PAP minister, for example, say something like that. Then the damage, quote unquote, may be stronger.
I think it's like Pritam Singh went to Keluar Sekejap podcast. Become an issue, right?
What about if let's say, does it applies on next other countries only, or ataupun it only applies in the POFMA applies in Singapore?
Only in Singapore.
Only in Singapore, right? I give you an example. If let's say for example macam case siapa yang budak meninggal tu? Zara kan? Or everyone is condemning about the Ministry of Education, all everything.
Yeah.
The minister itself,
Yeah.
then openly in social media, this every influencers is condemning her. So there's no charges against this person. Like what you're talking about, you are talking bad about the minister itself. Kalau you're talking about bad minister in Singapore, you like Shark cakap ada POFMA. Tetapi in Malaysia, kalau if let's say other countries tak ada POFMA, so everyone can condemning the minister.
Dah lah,
Betul tak?
different ruling weh.
Correct.
Okay.
Singapore more strict
Sebab tu takut sikit lah. Sebab tu kita punya influencer we don't talk about the government lah.
Yeah,
So,
but that's the question. Like, how far is like Singapore punya free speech? Is there really a free speech in Singapore?
Good question.
So the law that grants free speech is inside the Singapore Constitution.
Okay.
Right. One of the articles states that every person is entitled to free speech.
Okay.
but subject to a whole host of things, right? You cannot go against public morality. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. So we have what we call free speech, but with qualification, right?
Okay.
I guess it's good and bad. You see, in Singapore, we have laws to stop people from blaspheming other religion or saying bad things about other people, right? Which is not present in America or in UK, for example, right? What happens, in my personal view, is if you have this kind of laws, yes, the citizens might feel to be very restricted with what they want to say, right? And that would stop them from saying what they do, right? And as much as you're not happy, the point is the country is safe, right? We'll go to other countries like, for example, America, UK. You can say whatever you want, right? But the consequences are real. Like, for example, Charlie Kirk, he got shot, right? So free speech, that might be the cause of free
The
speech.
implication lah.
The consequences
The
lah that you
consequences
going
are
to take
implication lah.
So
Consequences.
you want to have free speech, can, right? But I think free speech, the idea that you are supposed to be allowed to say whatever you want to say openly does not equate to your freedom to criticize. Right? Free speech, say whatever you want, but you don't have freedom to criticize people, right? If you want to be critical, okay, right? You want to say, okay, I think this religion is a religion of violence, okay, then show all your proof, all the bad facts and good facts, and then we can have a discussion. But if you are saying, oh, this religion is a religion of violence, and then you stop there and you only show all the one-sided version, then I guess that's not being critical, but you're just criticizing. So we need to be very clear. What is the cause of free speech? Are we ready to have free speech? Are we ready for people to tell you, hey, you are a Muslim, I hate your religion because your religion is violent, your religion degrades women, your religion, these are the normal things that people talk about. Are you prepared to hear him and argue back maturely? Are you prepared to do that?
That's right.
Most of us might get angry.
Yeah.
Right? So the day we are prepared is the day where I think the government can lax this kind of rules. That's my view.
So meaning Singaporeans are not prepared to have this kind of discussions.
Bro, free speech, sometimes people without the qualification, they just
blurt out.
anyhow talk. Problem
I want to talk to them, talk at podcast only lah.
Podcast pun boleh jadi isu tau sekarang. Because like I see the comments like people want, when they do podcast they want traction. So when they want traction they kind of start to spill everything lah, right? That's the problem of something like similar to free speech lah. You want to say anything just for the content, just for the traction, then it can be a problem. Pasal kau tak qualified to talk about this. Tu yang apa yang sekarang netizen rasa lah. Banyak sangat podcast but then you are not qualified, or maybe you don't have qualified guests to even talk about this.
But this one you're not speaking in publicly, what? This the two different thing. I mean, you speak in public,
putting it online, what? Online is already
public to hear.
It's not private.
But so far kita okay
So okay, kita ada qualified lawyer kat sini.
Sebab tu kita nak berbual, kita fikir dulu.
So
make sense.
Ibaratkan macam kalau satu podcast ni dia tak ada qualified lawyer, then we talk about this, dia tak ada lawyer yang boleh sorry bro, this is wrong.
Macam kita cakap, Syakir will straighten it up.
So okay lah,
discuss. Okay
lah.
I guess the formula is whatever you want to say, but you back up with evidence.
Yes.
Then you're fine. Okay? Of course, your evidence cannot be what you cherry pick. Evidence have to be evidence that's out there. Your good facts, your bad facts, you bring forward and you say this is my conclusion. Fine. Say what you want to say. Right? I've said this before. You can say I think the minister is stupid, which is fine. Because maybe you disagree with the policies and you come up with a list of failed policies. Right? But you cannot say the minister is a crook. Right? Because then you're saying he's a criminal. What's your proof for that?
Two different things
So you can say what you want to say. Just that you must be able to substantiate what you say. Then you won't be in trouble.
Okay, understood. But very good discussion. Tapi apa-apa pada kawan kita yang mendengar, kalau you guys ada masalah cari qualified lawyer, boleh cari pada Syakirin. Pasal Syakirin is a qualified lawyer, ada own company, Adel Law LLC. which insyaAllah dia akan membantu dalam segi apa masalah yang kau ada, just share with him, transparent, and insyaAllah saya kira dia akan bantu.
Yes, kalau kau tak percaya kau boleh tengok kat dia punya social media di Facebook, Instagram dan TikTok at Adel Law, Adel.Law.LLC, ataupun kau boleh check more information lagi di adellaw.com.sg untuk all information.
And for appointments, there's no obligation. Kau boleh WhatsApp di talian 83997923, 83997923, atau just walk in dia punya office kat blok 190 Lorong 6 Tua Payoh, unit number 02-512.